hi, Konstantin.
Hello, Sonicstate. We are here at TipTop Audio booth, even though you can see it's written Buchla TipTop Audio. The Buchla TipTop Audio is on this side, but on this side we have a TipTop system with, to be precise, 3 new modules. One is, we will talk later about it, but the two are the 2 new modules in our compact effects line of modules. The first one is mod effects. As you can guess, it's modulation effects, chorus, flanger, and all sorts of filters, phasers and such. And this cryptically named FSU, you can guess what it is, what it means. I wouldn't pronounce this on
our channel.
We don't want any kind of strikes from any kind of authorities, so we will
but
just
it's basically
keep it simple.
Beep, beep up.
Beep up, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. Well, just like the Z verb and the echoes, they feature three banks of 8 algorithms each. Each bank dedicated to specific effects like choruses, flangers, filters, distortions. Distortions include ring modulators, rectifiers, that sort of things. Glitch, a bank of glitch effects, and sound-on-sound looper, which is like an old school experimental looper style with sound-on-sound capabilities. You can automate things by using CV control and rate gain. The gain is the input into the looper, and then you can just loop, pitch up, down, and generally doing all sorts of interesting experimental things. This is not synchronized stuff, it's just for abstract things. And they are priced exactly like the other 2 modules, the Z-Verb and Echoes. Pretty affordable, really nice sounding, and quite useful.
And you're hoping to kind of get these out as soon as possible, I guess. I think the things are pretty difficult at the moment, so...
I'm not sure about the production capabilities right now. I know that they've been ready for quite a while. I mean, I had them for a long time already in my test track. And I think they're actually ready for shipping, all things considered, with the parts shortages and...
Right, so you've got a bit of a patch going on. Should we hear some of these? Do you want
I'm not gonna bore you with my full-on techno patch. I'll just demonstrate precisely each module. So here we have the FSU. Well, we have a dry sample. All our viewers in England will probably recognize this sample. It's from one and only Throbbing Crystal, played by TJ1, limited edition sample player module. So this is the dry signal, and I will now open up the effects. Let's keep it fully wet so we can actually hear exactly what's going on. It's pretty easy to load the next bank. You just press and hold, and it's blinking. It loads up the glitch. We can always know which algorithm it is by pressing the other buttons. This is the glitch. It's very nice to spice up other sounds. They are very specific. It's the thing is with any kind of effects other than, I guess, reverb, even reverb to some extent, that you have to find the perfect match between the sound source and the selected effect. Otherwise, it just can sound like a mess or it's not appropriate. So it takes a bit of time to tweak and search and find, but the results are definitely worth the effort. You can check on the website and the manual what each algorithm does. They are quite complex with different things going on at the same time. Okay, let's check out the SOS. So okay, now it's basically nothing going on. When I increase the gain, now I can change the sample just randomly. Let's see, let's surprise. What I like to do with the sound on sound is grab a sample or any kind of sound, even reverb tails, so just sample them, grab them, pitch shift them, and just leave them under as a sort of like a drone. I can actually find a new sample and just introduce it. So let's have a listen to the mod effects. Just to be clear, it's some kind of oscillator patch from the booklet system. I don't know who did that patch. Well, I know, but.
So are the choruses and things like that, are they modeled on any kind of classics?
Well, we usually we are not really modeling anything based on the classic devices. What we do is we are inspired by those sounds and we just adapt them to Eurorack needs. So if, let's say, a classic design was fine-tuned to work, let's say, with guitars or with vocals, it makes no sense for us to do it in Eurorack because we're dealing with completely different sounds, completely different signals. So we modify them. We're actually fine-tuning the effects based on the sounds of synthesizers, of oscillators, and to a lesser extent samples and drums. They're just different, like 6 voice choruses, 2 voice choruses, vibratos, basically inspired by certain Roland choruses and ensembles. but they're not direct models. We don't really do that. We like to do our own thing. Okay, let's check the flangers. That's most likely a Carpus strong algorithm. All right, let's move to the filters, which are basically mostly phasers. Various bandpass filter banks and so on. A bunch of them. It's not easy to. I mean, it's not easy to remember what each algorithm does because of the size. We don't have the screen like on the ZDSP, and there is really no way to do it without any kind of screen. Something that you can go and say, oh, that is the algorithm, what it does. But you know, there are only 8 per bank, only 3 banks. The banks are labeled, so
with use, you'll start to know what works and
exactly.
what doesn't. Yeah.
And if you use it all the time and you get familiar with them, even if not, you just find the algorithm that suits your sound, tweak it a little bit because there are only 3 things to tweak. So it's actually very easy to use, but not. It's kind of basically forces you to use your ears and not your eyes to actually make music, which is what musicians do. Yeah, and should be doing, exactly.
Okay.
So, yeah, well, and the last module is the Way Out 8. This is an output module, but it's a very, very basic utility module. It's not a modular to line level converter, it's just a module that groups all your outputs in one place. There are still modular level outs, and we use those mini jacks to big jacks, quarter-inch jacks, cables, and it's not meant for use with really badly designed equipment. If you use, let's say, high-end preamps or good mixers with good preamps, good audio interfaces, it will not clip, it will sound fine, and it's just to make your kind of patching easier, so you just disconnect all 8 of those and close the system patched, and that's it. You don't need to worry about, oh, where is this output coming from, where is this, did I take it from the VCA out or from the effects out? It's just all there. It's also very, very affordable module. I'm not entirely sure how much, but I think 35 euros or something like that. I don't think it's a passive module, so it's just as a utility for helping you to organize. Well, and I think that
we're there, aren't we?
Yeah, well, other than the fact that we have black modules, more and more. The black envelopes are here, the black VCAs, the black MISO, black Z8000, and the black trigger ride. Also, Mix 7 has a black faceplate, and my favorite Z2040 low-pass filter. Well, slowly making black modules. And keeping the white ones too. So you have a choice to decide what is best for you.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
Konstantin, thank you.